Hi guys, this is Viv for Whatever Wednesday, talking nerdy to you again. Anywho, this weekend I went on a course to learn about osteoporosis and how to train people with osteoporosis. It was a real eye-opener. It was very interesting. What is osteoporosis? It's a skeletal disorder characterized by low bone density and poor bone quality, jacks up risk of bone fracture. Anyway, I'll give you guys the rundown. So how bone is built is basically in the first 20 years of our life, we are building bone. Once we hit about 20, which is where we have our peak bone, if you will, we hang on to it for a few years. By the time we hit 30, we're typically losing about 1% of our bone density a year. And as women, by the time we are in our early 50s, aka menopause, yay, we start to lose 2 to 3% of our bone density. And so that's why typically a person who has osteoporosis is about 65 years of age and yay, female. Anyway, that is the background on all of this. What I want to talk about today is children. So I talked a little bit earlier about how we build that bone mass in the first 20 years of our life. What I found scary as balls is the fact that 25 or more than 25% of this bone is built around the 2 years of puberty in boys and girls. So for boys, that is around 9 to 12 years old. For girls, can be a little bit earlier, a little bit later. Anyway, so when we're looking at what we need in order to build bone, we need calcium, we need vitamin D, we need impact, and we need weight-bearing activities to build good quality, strong bone. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I remember when I was a child, we did a lot of that stuff. Like my mother fed me a lot of milk or calcium in some way, shape, or form. I grew up in the sunshine in Africa. As far as impact and weight-bearing activities, I remember jumping off the roof. Don't tell my mother. And I did a lot of. I picked up a lot of heavy shit. When I look at children today, my own children included, I don't think that they get anything near the sort of exertion that I got when I was a child. Scary as balls because I have a 9-year-old son who is just about to hit puberty. Yay, again. Anyway, so what does that mean? That means that when we hit this peak bone mass around 20, that if my children are not getting as much impact and weight bearing and calcium and all that good stuff, what is happening is that peak bone mass or density is dropping to here. And if this was, say, somebody who grew up 20 years ago, this is where my children may start if they're not getting those activities. So when they start to lose that 1%, they're already have less bone mass. And when we start to hit menopause at 50-ish, or heaven forbid, early menopause, that predisposes our children to getting osteoporosis, which is debilitating. Anyway, that is what I took out of this. Scared the hell out of me. Thought I would share it with you. Yeah, have a great day, you guys.